Hi everyone, let's begin quartile and quantile. Before starting quantile regression, I just want to clear you this idea what is the difference between quartile and quantile, how we can understand these two terms. So first of all, number one, we are talking about what is quartile. So basically, you have already seen we have divided one data set into types of quartiles like Q1, Q2, Q3, and Q4. So how we are dividing these quartiles and what is the meaning of these quartiles? So quartiles are the set of descriptive statistics. They summarize the central tendency and variability of a data set or distribution. So quartile are the type of percentile like when we will talk about like CAT percentile, how many students have got this percentile, 95 percentile, 80 percentile and all. So quartile is the type of percentile. A percentile is a value with a certain percentage of a data falling below it. So in general terms, K% of the data falls below the Kth percentile. So I'm talking about first quartile like Q1 or the lowest quartile is the 25th percentile, meaning that 25% of the data falls below the first quartile. Second quartile, if we are talking about Q2 or the median, is the 50th percentile, meaning that 50% of the data falls below the second quartile. And we will talk about third quartile. So Q3 is the upper quartile, is the 75th percentile, meaning that 75% of the data falls below the third quartile. Now, let's say we are taking an example of how we are going to calculate these quartiles. So I have taken example of, let's say in my class, 20 students are studying and they have scored marks in between 1 to 9. They have scored marks in between 1 to 9. So what I will do, I had arranged this data and now we are going to create quartile. So quartile wise, we would find out what is the class performance. So data set, in my data set, 20 students and marks is from 1 to 9. So in the upper row, you can see marks 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. These are the marks. But how many students have scored 1 mark? So frequency is 1. How many people had scored 4 marks? So there is the, I could say 4 marks, 4 students. 5 marks, only 3 students. 9 marks, only 1 student. 8 marks, only 1. And 7 marks, only 3 students. And 3 marks, only 2 students. 6 marks, only 2 students. And 2 marks, only 3 students. So this is the frequency. And if we will add on all these numbers, these frequency, that would become a 20 students. So here is steps how we are going to calculate quartile. Step 1, count the numbers of observation in the data set. In my data set, I had already explained you 20 students. So this number should be equal to 20. So we had add on all these frequencies. Now this number is 20. Step 2, sort the observations in increasing order. So we had arranged all these numbers in an increasing order. One number has scored by 1 mark scored by only 1 student. So 1. Then 2 marks has been scored by 3 students. Then thrice we had written 2, 2, 2. And 3 marks has been scored by 2 students. So here is 3, 3. And 4 marks is scored by 4 students. Now you can see. So we have arranged all these frequency in a increasing order. So how we have to do step 3, find the first quartile. Here is I'm going to calculate quartile 1. So quartile 1 is n multiplied by 1 by 4. Right. So here is n means 20 in my case because I am having 20 students data. So 20 multiplied by 1 by 4. So my this one is the quartile Q1, right? We would find out this is the position we have got, 5th. So now 5 is not an integer. So Q1 is equal to 2. How come? Because we would find out what is the 5th position. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. This is my 5th position in my data set. So third 3 marks is my quartile 1. right? So we have divided entire data set into quartiles. This is my Q1. Next, we come to the how we are going to calculate Q2. And Q2 is n, again, 20 is students multiplied by 2 by 4. Right. So here is 2 by 4. So n is 20. 20 students, 2 by 4. So my position is 10. So this one is the 10th position. I would count from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And 10 is an integer. So because you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right. So here is what we have to do. We will take a mean of both these numbers. So 10 is an integer. So Q2 is the mean of the number at position 10 and 11. Fourth is at the 10th position and 5 is at the position of 11th. So 4 plus 5 divided by 2, and this is my number. So we will take a round off. So that one is the 7th position would be Q2. And 7th position in my case, my data set 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, sorry. This one is the 7th position. So I have taken, right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 4 would be my quartile, 10th and 11th. So 6.5, it means we will take a 7th position. So that would be 4, not 7. That would be 4 marks, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 4 would be your Q2. Next, we come to the Q3. So step 5, find the third quartile. Third quartile is same n multiplied by 3 by 4. So 20 is my n and 3 by 4. So that means that is the 15th position. So I would find out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 and 15. So 6 marks are my quartile 3. So now you can see Q2, that is the 4, Q1 is 3, and Q3 is my 6 numbers. Now, what is the difference between quintile or quartile? Are same thing, but before that, we would understand what is interquartile range. So interquartile range, that is the distance between the first and third quartile. So the interquartile IQR is a measure of variability, means how your data is we are measuring that data, what is the variation in between first and third quartile. So what we have to do, it indicates the spread of the middle 50% of the data. So what we have to do now, you can see IQR Q3 minus Q1. In my case, Q3 is 6, Q1 is 3, and finally IQR interquartile range is 3. Correct. So here is now the quantile is what? So a quantile is a type of, quartile is a type of quantile that we had measured just now. Quartile is a type of quantile. So quantiles are the values that split sorted data or a probability distribution into equal parts. So in general terms, Q quantile divides sorted data into Q parts. The most commonly used quantiles have special names, right? Most of the time you have seen quartiles where is the 4 quantiles. That means 3 quartiles split the data into 4 parts. Obviously, because 75%, first 25%, 50%, 75%, and rest of the 25%. So that means that is 3 quartiles split the data into 4 parts. Here is deciles, here is the 10 quantiles. So 9 deciles split the data into 10 parts. And percentiles, here is the 100 quantiles. So 99 percentiles split the data into 100 parts. So I hope this is clear to you, quartile and quantile, what is the difference? And in the next session, I'm sure I could be able to take your session on quantile, because I want to teach you regression quantile, and after that we will go for run this regression quantile into STATA. So I hope this video would be helpful to you, and stay tuned and keep watching. Thank you.